Let me preface this video by stating this is a social media phenomenon that is currently going on. Don't shoot the messenger. We are observing, and we will break it down. Today we're talking about black fatigue. Now, this word has popped up over the past couple weeks and months, discussing black culture as a whole in America, viral clips, and it has unlocked Pandora's box in terms of certain controversial talking points. We have a video by Amir Odom, who is reacting to Nick Fuentes, and this is not the only video. There are many videos on this topic. A video by IBZ, just called Fatigue, in reference to the very same thing, and one by another black creator named Blackie Speaks, who is a music reviewer channel, at least was, where he shares his own thoughts on this. So we can pretend that this is not happening or that this is too crazy to talk about, but you're watching Third Eye Global, so buckle up, see what they got to say.
Nobody hates black people for being black. Most people's interactions with black people are negative. If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for?
Black people. Nick Fuentes is a name that some of you guys may know and some of you may not know. He is a very controversial figure, so to say. He's worked with the Ye. He just did a podcast with Candace Owens. He's had beef with Turning Point for years, as I can remember. He's a very interesting guy. I've never met him. He has his own...
I think blatantly writing people off is not productive whatsoever, and that seems to happen with Nick Fuentes on social media in particular. He is, without a doubt, the most censored and avoided person, which has Streisand affected him into mainstream discourse.
Own opinions on various different things that he's allowed to have, and that's him. Now, the one thing I will say about Nick is that he's been doing this for, I think, well over a decade now. I think he's been making videos and streaming, and he's been doing this for years. And as far as I've seen him throughout all these years, he's been pretty consistent in his views and vocal about the things that he seems passionate about. And recently he went on a rant about black people, and apparently it's a rant that I'm not going to disagree with. I don't know. We're just going to give it a watch, and we're going to react to Nick Fuentes' opinion on why he has his own black fatigue and where his views are when it comes to black culture and the black community in America too.
Tucker Carlson called him a little gay kid in his mom's basement. He lives in Chicago, which I guess is contextual information. It is one of, if not the murder capital in America. Let me see here. 2024, Chicago recorded 573 homicides, making it the most lethal city in terms of total homicides among the nation's 75 largest cities for the 13th consecutive year. New York City's up there, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles. 21.5 per 100K residents. In terms of murder rate, they're the 10th highest. But total, they're number one.
What's interesting about Nick, and I don't wish this on anybody at all. I may disagree with Nick on some things, but he has the right to say what he wants to say. He has had his fair share of threat.
Person showed up at his door and tried to kill him. I mean, that would radicalize a motherfucker.
He's been kicked off of payment platforms, banks. It's a little much.
All I'm saying is if a turbo lib showed up at my front door with a crossbow, I might have some radical ideas.
For me, honestly, but it's for these reasons that when people see what he has to say, they agree on the low, but they don't say anything out loud. Because when you do say the things that Nick says, you will get hated on. You will. And even as a black man myself, as that is crucial about the black community and the gay community, I get crapped onto a lot. And what sucks is that there are a lot of people.
What sucks is if you're black or a person of color, there's this, seems to be this unwritten code of morality / ethics where if you agree with something that is critical of your race, you're a race traitor, you're an Uncle Tom, you're an Uncle Ruckus. And what is that? Where does that get you? Nowhere. You're just completely ostracized and written off, which makes those people even more entrenched in their ideas because it's now justified.
Who have the same views as Nick does, or even as me, that can't openly speak out about these things because they don't want to be fear of getting canceled and they don't want to be doxxed.
It's a shame. I really do believe, look, I think black people are not irredeemable, but there just needs to be brutal honesty. It's like, look, these black people are really struggling and they're turning into these maniacs. It seems like they don't do anything right. They're obnoxious, they're rude, they're inconsiderate, aggressive, cruel. And, you know, look, nobody hates black people for being black. If there are people like that, I think that's exceedingly rare.
That is an idea that some people hold on the left and on the right too. I don't think that's really a modern thing though.
And I don't consider myself one of them. The reason that people have negative attitudes...
Yeah, the idea that no one hates black people for their literal color. That is a rather draconian form of racism. I mean, they exist, but that's not really what we're talking about here.
Black people is because most people's interactions with black people are negative.
Now, I will say, as a black man, I believe Nick lives around or in Chicago. He's in the Midwest, and I'm from the same areas as him. This is true. We talk about it on this channel. He said two important things. He doesn't think that we're not like irredeemable, and he doesn't think it's because of the color, necessarily the color of our skin. It's literally how we're acting in the streets. And when I think about every horrible interaction that I've had in my life, and if I had to look at it through the data on who they were, what they looked like, male, female, race, it's black men. Which is funny enough because throughout my life, I was always told that, you know, black power and black people unite. That's funny because the most supportive people that have ever been in my life to push me beyond my goals and my dreams, to support me, have been white people, not black people in my life. Never been the case. And before anybody even thinks to say, oh, well, Amir, that
I can't really speak on that experience.
makes sense, you know, you want to cater your content to white people, or you're just trying to appease the white man to stay in these circles, this, that, and the third. There's
So that's what I'm talking about. That's the Uncle Tom argument.
no circles for me to stay in. I mind my business at my home with my dog and my man. That's it. I made a whole video critiquing Trump. I made videos critiquing Israel. I don't care. I do not care. On this channel, we're going to talk about the things that we want to talk about from an open and honest perspective. And when it comes to this topic of black people and people having the worst interactions with this group of people, it is true. It's like you black people are like, oh my gosh, white people this, white people that. You look at every major black rapper that has died this last decade, it's been at the hands of other black people.
Yeah, black on black homicide rates are disproportionately representative. I mean, it's sad.
You look at every new rule regarding like the teen takeovers, which we've gone through in another video. You look at every new rule, why there needs to be chaperones for teenagers at theme parks, at water parks, at malls, the list goes on. It's because of these young black teens. As someone who was a server, when you look at who tips and who doesn't.
Really?
There's a reason no one wants to be sat with a black table. You're on the streets, or it's funny in Nashville.
So a lot of people ask, what's the solution? What's going on here, right? I think, and this is going to be trad cath, monogamy, nuclear family, strong parents instilling values are very important. And to say otherwise would be academically dishonest.
If you're a Nashville native, you know, and I'm not even being dramatic. You can just look on Google Maps. There's 24, and there's 65. 65 runs through Williamson County, which is like the richest county in Tennessee. It's mainly all rich white folk. And then 24 runs through like the more.
But I think there are a lot of faculties that are exacerbating certain problems. Social media being one of them. Culture as a whole and media, whether it's music, movies, messaging, how people receive information, echo chambers, tribalism, gangs, us versus them dynamics. These are not healthy, productive ways to go about actualization.
Or low-income areas and more culturally diverse areas of town. One of these interstates I hate driving on because people are very inconsiderate. They're cutting people off, slamming on brakes.
Like if you're a child and you are going through adolescence and your messaging is, I mean, to be frank, like modern rap as an idyllic social messaging mechanism, right? Like how, like for example, what perceived making it and coolness is. I mean, a lot of rap talks about hoes and guns and killing people. Not all rap, but I don't think that can be ignored.
Zooming through, speeding, broke down cars, being honest here.
Only 98% of it.
Like, we have to be brutally honest with each other and what we're experiencing and seeing in society. With
Kendrick Lamar speaks of this.
this fear of being called a racist. The data is the math isn't racist. What we're looking at isn't racist. It's just, it is what it is.
Most people's interactions with black people is when you're stuck in traffic and you see a Nissan Altima speeding down the shoulder.
Listen, that has happened to me.
And you say, what? You're not supposed to do that. If everybody did that, it would just...
I don't know if that's just a New York thing, though. I can't be for certain.
Another lane, and, you know, not everybody can do that. But it's like these people have no respect for decorum. They think the rules don't apply.
I'm someone that is obsessed.
And I used to drive a Nissan Altima, but I was always taught you got to keep it between the buoys, bro. All right? Can't be using the shoulder.
It's the body cam footages, Code Blue Cam, Midwest Safety, Daily Dose of Crime. Like, listen, I love them. And there is a common denominator. I've seen this in videos, and I've seen this for myself. Whenever there's traffic, the person I always see come flying down the shoulder selfishly, they're black. It is what it is. Society that creates, the lack of decorum, it doesn't create something fun. I'm someone who loves Miami. I love visiting Miami.
There's a stereotype in Miami that everybody gets a Hellcat, rents a fucking supercar, and just acts like they're raising chaos. Like, that is an actual thing. I mean, if you look at the like, even GTA 6 is aware of it. If you live in America, that is a actual mental image of Miami. Same as some parts of California.
But only Brickell. I love me some Brickell. I love Wynwood. I can't do South Beach. Never. Because it's too black.
Officers are patrolling the streets of South Beach.
The stepped-up enforcement comes amid a chaotic spring break filled with violence and lawlessness.
But I don't think that's what, like, blackness is. That would be reductive. That would be a generalization.
It's too dangerous. It's too ratchet. I don't want to walk around and see ass on a freaking Saturday evening. I don't want to deal with the rowdiness and the Bluetooth speakers and the crime. It's just a bad time.
Some would call it ghetto, others would call it ratchet. But I don't know why that's considered blackness.
It's unfortunate. Even Vegas. I just went on a vacation to Vegas, and it was like I went over to Old Vegas. I went to try that out. I guess it's Fremont Street or whatever. It felt like I was on a Carnival Cruise. Hello, Carnival Cruise. Now they're changing their rules. Why? But then when I go to
Listen, I don't know if there's a fucking tier list of... In fact, even calling something ghetto would get you fucking ostracized by certain circles. You can't say that. Your colonizer is showing.
Rich bougie casinos. Oh, it's so much nicer. So much nicer. It's listen, this video's hitting.
Let's just say it's a shaky topic for some
points. It really is.
Lie to them. They have no respect for society. Like, that's their interaction is they are a waiter and they wait on a black table and the black people don't tip and they're rude.
Which
I've never heard of that before. That's a new one to me.
I just spoke about. Is definitely true. Obviously, I was a host before I was serving, and even the black waitresses would come up to me like, Amir, do not send me with the black people. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so racist and rude. Why not? So they don't tip.
Here at Third Eye Global, I'm a heavy tipper because I've been on the other side of the equation. I think tipping is actually there's a moment of humanity where you can actually reach somebody one-to-one and make them feel appreciated. Like when I was lifeguarding and I would move umbrellas for some families because I was a strapping young lad, and the guy would slip me a 5 or a 10. It would make my entire fucking day. I was never a bartender. I never waited tables or anything like that. But now that I have the financial means, I mean, it's 20%. The person could spit in my food and shave their pubes on my steak, and I'm still tipping them 20% minimum. But that's just me. It's how I was brought up. I've been around heavy tippers. That's how I operate.
They're the most rude people to serve, and they don't tip. People talk about it all the time. I just went snowboarding. I went snowboarding up in Big Sky. I took a private lesson that day. We had stopped to take a break, and she said, oh, just set your stuff right here. I put a picture of the screen of my board and my outfit. Oh, I love it. I cannot wait to go back snowboarding. But she said, oh, you can just leave it here. And I'm like, I just paid so much money for this equipment. What you mean just leave it here?
Because it's a high trust society. It's a microcosm. Now, where this gets fascinating is when you look at this under the context of class. Where are you on the social ladder in terms of income and means and financial resources? Skiing, snowboarding has become a meme in and of itself on Twitter or X because it is an example of where you can leave your equipment anywhere without the fear of it getting stolen because everyone already has the equipment. They're not looking to take because they're not desperate in any means.
It's like, it'll be fine. It's going to stay. It stays. Because no one's going to steal it. You know, we've seen those praying.
But when you don't have anything, when you are desperate, when you're not living in abundance, and for whatever socioeconomic reason that is, this is where crime starts to ramp up.
Of, oh, walking around with a PlayStation in the hood. You will get jumped, robbed, and beat. You walk around with a PlayStation in a white neighborhood. Oh, sweet. What's your gamer tag? Oh, can I come play with you? Oh, where'd you get it?
People's interactions, it's stuff like that. They go to the DMV and they see a black person behind the counter and they say, oh, here we go. And the person's rude. Now, it just goes to show people are not racist. It goes to show people don't like people that are rude.
Because even for me and a lot of other black people out there, we talk about the difference between a regular black person and what Nick is talking about are
a what?
Which unfortunately make up, I would say, a good chunk of black people. A good chunk.
Slurs have been deployed.
Selfish, rude, entitled, and it's so unfortunate. I'm not saying this as a self-hating black person. I'm saying this as someone who loves my skin, is comfortable in my skin, love who I am, and I'm tired of being looked at a certain way because of how the people who look like me act. I'm fully well aware there is an ample amount of other black people out there who resonate with what I'm saying, who are good, productive people of society, who contribute to society, who are doing good. But even then, and I'm glad things are changing, but sometimes they'll be the same people.
Bro is betraying his kind. Oh my God. See, I told you. You cannot talk about this as a black person or person of color without being called a race traitor, which is highlighting the very problem.
Two, still talking about, oh, white supremacy, Black Lives Matter. And it's saddening, it's frustrating because are there some injustices that we need to address in America regarding race? Sure, point them to me, we'll talk about it. We can talk about it. But to sit here and say that in 2020.
And I've seen this in real time. You'll have black people that are guilted into, I don't know how to say this without telling you the actual, like, how it happens, right? So give me a moment here. It's like if you do an action as a black person that is perceived as white, you are made fun of. Oh, you're whitewashed. It's like, what? What does that even mean? What the fuck?
5, I am not my ancestors' dream, and
It's not that I'm not saying it because I'm scared to say it. It's just I'm trying to find the words to describe the behavior that I'm talking about. And I think I did do it pretty succinctly, but it's when you attach race to certain activities and then either guilt people into feeling ashamed for participating or engaging with the hobbies or the activities in the first place. It's like a groupthink. Like the world doesn't have or shouldn't have activities that are valenced, meaning like on a spectrum of whiteness to coloredness.
not living in the best America for a black person that's wild. This is the best time to be a black person in America today. And I will actually retract that. It is, but it isn't. It is in the sense of the amount of opportunities we're afforded, but it isn't in the sense of how we're acting. It isn't in the sense of how our families have been just decoupled and
For example, if you're Spanish and you do something that is considered white, oh, you're acting like a gringo. It's like, don't forget who you are. It's what?
voted. It isn't on the terms of how many black people depend on the government. Those aren't the good things. The good things are what we're free to do. I'm free to go to a restaurant, free to drink from a water fountain, you know, those types of things. I'm free to do that. But this idea that everything's racist and white people are racist for having opinions, or Nick's racist for having this 4-minute video that we're watching.
When you label everything, that's when you run into retarded territory of conversation. It's a self-limiting mindset. That's exactly right.
In here, I have all the same feelings.
The fact that you view their shitty behavior as shitty behavior, you're not supposed to do that unless you're white.
And again, I stress it for the people that are on the fence about this or very judgmental about Nick and the things that he's saying right now. I'm not a self-hating black person for calling out the truth. Just not.
People don't, it's unpleasant. People want to be treated with consideration.
You know, it's actually a really good movie that discusses what we're talking about mimetically through certain themes and motifs. Sorry to bother you. It is a really satirical, fun movie. I've watched it multiple times, studied it in film classes in college, where basically this guy works up the corporate ladder at a call center, and it's played by a famous black actor, and he starts using his white person voice, and he starts making the big bucks.
Hey, young blood, let me give you a tip. Use your white voice.
Man, I ain't got no white voice.
Oh, come on, you know what I mean. You have a white voice in there, you can use it. It's like when you pulled over by the police.
Oh, no, I just use my regular voice when that happens. I just say, back the fuck up off the car and don't nobody get
All
hurt.
right, man, I'm just trying to give you some game. You want to make some money here? Then read the script with a white voice.
People say I talk with a white voice anyway, so why ain't it helping me out?
Well, you don't talk white enough. I'm not talking about Will Smith's wife. I'm talking about
Wise old unk.
the real deal, like this young blood.
Hey, Mr. Kramer, this is Langston from Regal View. I didn't catch you at the wrong time, did I?
So he masters the white voice and becomes a super caller. It's a great movie. Very strange.
And respect. And it is true that black people are, in this day and age, unfortunately, seem to have very low moral character. It's not even just the violence, although the violence is pretty striking.
And on the moral character, that part is valid too. It's a meme. It's literally like, to a certain point, jokes point to reality. Jokes have some type of grounding, you know? And when there's a joke of like, oh, I don't want to.
I guess you'd have to ask the question, where do we derive our moral behavior from? Where do we look to in terms of virtue? Our parents, organized religion, mentors. People derive it maybe even from themselves. But when you don't have anything concrete, it's hard to have any baseline of acceptable behavior.
Lived near a black person, or oh, the black person moved into the community, so my property value went down. To a certain extent, that comes from somewhere. To a certain extent, living around black people, it does come with some quote-unquote baggage. The jokes exist for a reason, you guys. They do. It's
Thanks, Obama.
so it's sad. It's unfortunate. There's a reason there's no black club in Nashville, or the ones that get up to club status or like really mainstream, they get shot up. All these white bars on Broadway in Nashville, they still there. White people just going up here and shooting up it nonstop. And before, if someone's watching this video still, I applaud you for still being here. But before, in somebody's head, they're like, okay, well, white people.
Saying gangs are bad and that they should be eradicated should not be a controversial statement. But really, like, what are gangs? What is gang violence? What is the need for gangs? Is it performative masculinity? Is it a dick measuring contest? Is it a power vacuum? Is it brotherhood? I guess it serves multiple purposes. Money.
Shooting up the schools. What the hell are black people doing at parks? Let's be so honest with each other. I'm sorry for little Tim Tam that be dying in these school shootings. It is very sad. Something needs to be done about these school shootings. But these shootings in the hood?
It shouldn't be controversial at all, and this liberal mindset of tolerating is cringe. Well, I think it's dead. Like, surely it still exists, but the reason why this video is even happening right now is because the Overton window of what is allowed in the public sphere has shifted dramatically.
Little kids getting shot dead center in the forehead at 2 p.m. on a Sunday? Sick. Sick.
You live your life and you know that you're going to be mugged by black people. It kind of colors your opinion or perception of black people, wouldn't you say? If 99% of the carjackings and stabbings and shootings that you see in Chicago are by black people, when you're walking down the street late at night, guess what you're looking for?
Black people. Like, that's what you're looking for. If I own a business and I know in my local area, majority of the crimes are happening by someone that's black,
Chad, is that racist? No. Is that profiling?
going to be profiling. That's what marketing is. Marketing is profiling. If I'm selling a fishing rod, I'm going to profile people that like fishing rods, that like fishing, and I'm going to market to them. And the same thing is reversed. If I know that the person that steals the most, dreadhead young black man, sagging pants, coming here and blasting music, goggles are on, I'm like, what's happening here? Profiling. People jump so quick and they tense up at the thought of racial profiling. It's so wrong, it's so wrong. What is marketing? It's profiling. That's what marketing
Interesting take.
is. It's profiling. That's all it is. You're profiling different target markets and you're going after them. And the same thing can be done in...
I think we do this subconsciously, whether we admit it or not. I mean, if you were to take the honest analysis here is if you were to take the people that are so against profiling and this paranoia, right? If you were to run a study, guaranteed they have some sort of pattern recognition.
If I want to protect my business, I'm going to profile who's going to come after my business. It's not that hard, and it doesn't have to be taken this offensively. It genuinely doesn't. If I'm walking down a...
People who don't profile have very low self-preservation instincts. Do you have a source on that?
Streets at night, and I know, not even that, but in the year 2025, a black man's more likely to be shot and killed by another black man than the Klansman. So why the hell am I gonna be scared of some damn Klansman?
Now, this isn't even a racial thing, but this is a thing that I profile personally. I don't trust kids on bikes. I don't care what color of skin they are, bro. They are up to no good. No matter where I am, if you see a wandering gang of children on fucking bikes doing wheelies, I am on high alert. I feel like I'm about to start a real-time event because I know they're not BMXing. There's no fucking trails nearby. Bunch of rascals. Hooligans. Couple alarm bells go off. 1, biking without helmets. Weaving in and out. That is risky behavior. I know that they're not thinking about what could go wrong. They have strength in numbers. They know that they can get away with more the more of them that there are. And they are faster than most people on foot. So... what do you get with that? A whole lot of fucking bullshit. I'm telling you. You see a gang of kids on bikes? It's not like it used to be. I don't even know where they're getting these bikes from. The bikes are always comically large compared to them. They always have the fat tires that can go over like potholes and shit. Back in my day, I had a fucking rust bucket with no gears.
There should be no reason why at 2 a.m. walking down the street. On the other side, I see there's a group of white teens. And on this side, I see a group of black men. As a black man, I'm uncomfortable walking down that side with the black men. It's not because I hate black people. I'm black. It's because of the data and what's there and who's doing what. It's that simple.
And you equate that with danger. And it doesn't take a lot of them to spoil the whole bunch like that. And we just want black people to take accountability and say, look, I'm not a bad person.
Now, I will say social media plays a crucial role here in that when there is an inflammatory clip that is controversial and race is not to be ignored because it's there, that's part of the mise en scène. That's the thing that people are digesting when they're watching the content. Acts like blowing on the flames. It makes this more relevant and real.
I'm not a bad person. It just seems that every time I encounter you people, for the most part, it's negative.
I've lived in the north. I've lived in the suburbs of Chicago. I've gone and visited my family in Chicago countless times as a child. And I've lived in the South. And no matter where I'm at, when I look through my life and experiences that I've had, mostly been negative with black people.
Sometimes extremely negative, like I could get a gun in my face. You know? That's a problem. And people go, well, you are just loaded up with hatred and racism. It's like, I'm really not. I'm a real...
Like Carmelo Anthony. Huge story. Global news. At least in America. More recently. I mean, you know the video I'm talking about. Just look at the comment sections. I don't know if that's an accurate pulse and that everyone is just this scary racist. I'm just saying it's happening.
Really friendly person. I'm a really polite, friendly person. I give everybody a chance. But if I'm someplace...
People don't ignore the optics. Like, people are not colorblind, and that's just a harsh reality of the world.
And I see some black person walking in with their pants sagging, and they can't articulate what their problem is or what they need, and they're rude and they're aggressive, and
listen, if I'm experiencing that, I'm on 10. I'm on alert. I'm like, what's about to happen? What's going down?
And I'm in fear for my life. Like, yeah, I have a problem with all of that.
No word. Listen. So far in this video, he's not wrong.
A Jew watching a gay black dude watching a white supremacist while chat watches him watch. Dude, am I Jewish? That's crazy. I didn't know.
He's not wrong. You look at these people acting a fool in these fast food restaurants, in these stores, hipping and hollering, giving police a hard time. It's black people. It's why black fatigue is on the rise. It's why just genuine disdain for the unlawful and rudeness of black people is driving people up a wall. It is a black issue. It's not racist to point it out.
And people go, and these black people go, well, you're racist, you're racist. It's like, no, I just hate inconsiderate behavior.
That's it.
If black people were super well behaved, we would be racist in the other direction. We'd say black people, oh yes, dude, yes.
There was a famous clip that went viral of the Cartier family reacting to Nick Fuentes, and they were laughing their ass off. I'll pull it up.
I think
this is a popular form of content. I mean, you're going to tell me all these guys are racist for reacting to this clip? That would be the libtarded way to look at this.
My day is about to turn around for the better. What can I help you with, sir? Please, come right on in. Man, what a relief to see you here. You're a sight for sore eyes.
Did he lie? Did he lie? If it was the other way around, it'd be praise. Like, oh my gosh, you're black, come on in. Oh my gosh, you're black, I love you. Oh my gosh, this is great. Are there some black people, obviously, that are great and joys to be around and you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, come on in, yes. More often than not, it has to do with the decorum and how you're handling yourself and how you carry yourself. And then is it even to say, like, oh, I have to carry myself like the white man and I'm this, like, no. It just means pull your pants up. It just means...
I wonder how much of this stems from a couple decades ago. A couple weeks ago, we were watching the polls in the U.S. elections, specifically during the civil rights movement, and how there was the potential of a Southern strategy trying to appeal to certain demographics. Lyndon B. Johnson had some choice words, apparently. Stephen A. Smith was talking on Patrick Bet-David's podcast about how when Martin Luther King was doing his activism, there was a sense of community and professionalism that has kind of been lost, and a lot of people look up to MLK and bring that up.
Talk in a respectful tone. It just means not show every ounce of your body in public. It means not twerking in the middle of the street. It means not waving your gun around. If I'm looking back, the only times I've ever called the police wasn't for no damn white kids.
If black people were known for being the best, then we would be racist in the other direction. Oh, finally. So yeah, that really bothers me. It just bothers me in this damn ass city, because that's all it is in Chicago, is just these black people who can never take accountability. It's always somebody else's fault.
Yep, that's what black people always run to. It's someone else's fault. It's the white man's.
Same with Malcolm X. They understood aesthetic value in terms of communication.
Fault. It's parents' fault. It's never looked internal. It's always someone else's fault. And that is a problem that needs to be addressed in the black community. And I want to know on this video, was there anything that he said that you firmly disagree with. White, black, it don't matter. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to know, what did he say that made you so mad? Or did he say something that were the truth? I was sent this video. I'm fully well aware of who this man is, but as someone who is very much for free speech, as someone who thinks somebody can say whatever they want to say, this guy Nick can say what he wants to say. I really don't care. You can not like him, you can like him. I don't care. But I do, it is interesting how much this man has been banned from places, money being stripped away. I mean, it's excessive, and a lot of it points to just, you know, the things that he talks about. I do know that he's very critical of Israel, and we all are fully aware of what happens when you're very critical of Israel. You get banned.
That's the main reason why you can't talk about Nick Fuentes. It doesn't have anything to do with black culture or anything like that.
And from different places, and get banned from different opportunities. You get shunned. Like, that's not anti-Semitic to say that. That's something that actually happens. Something that happened to me. Let's keep it real here. That's something that actively happens to me. Me and Nick have been in the same boat as far as how we're looked at and treated by certain organizations out there. That's for damn truth. But regardless, let me know your thoughts below. Is there anything that he said that you agreed with him, disagree with him?
Conservative black men are weird, bro. Something isn't right about self-hating. I prefer the scumbags who hate me because I'm white. Why do you think conservative black men hate themselves? How is that tied to race? Let's unpack that. That's in lockstep with what you're saying about groupthink and being a race traitor. It's the same logic. They want to be white like the Hodge twins. I don't know if the Hodge twins want to be white. What does that mean? What does wanting to be white mean? What is white about me, bro? Like, what? I own a house? Is that white coded? What the fuck? What is this? Why are certain things black and certain things white? Owning a house is 100% white coded? It shouldn't be. That's a self-limiting belief. I'm light skinned. All conservative black people are self-hating traitors, bro. I can't help you there. Because most people fundamentally disagree with that statement. That is a generalization.
Let me know. And again, aside from this topic, whatever you're going through in your life right now, it's only for a season. It's called going through for a reason. You're not stuck there. You will survive. Whatever goals you have set for yourself, you will and can achieve them. But you just focus on you and only you. And that's something that Nick guy definitely has done. He's focused on himself, grinding away in wherever he lives, his home, and kudos to him. Something that I do. I just put my blinders on and just focus on my career, my path, and where I want to go. So that being said, if you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Bro never met a black guy from the South, and it's obvious. Dude, I know conservative black people. I promise you they don't hate themselves. Why do we tie political stance with race? Because most people are retarded. This is an IQ issue. Let's see what the comments say. The Boondocks was supposed to be a wake-up call, not a manual. Nick Fuentes is unironically helping race relations more than anyone through brutal honesty. People always say that's racist. You can't say that, but never say that's wrong. Well, what do we learn? Honestly, it was a good video. I like the way he navigates it. This one will probably not go over well with everyone.